everybody, my name is Joey. I am reviewing my colorful Carnival Potomac Beads treasure box. It is the July 2025 box, and I'm so excited because if you watched my unboxing and my projects from last month, you know that the team at Potomac Beads read my mind, and I was already working on something with some tubelip beads and some other things, and when the treasure box came, it just gave me more elements to add into what I was already working on, and that has happened again this month, and I'm so excited to share this with you. It is such a beautiful collection, and there's something new to their website, the new infinite cushion clasp. I cannot talk. Here's their little list of ingredients. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly because I'm really anxious to make a pair of earrings and set up my clasp, and then I'm going to come back in another video and show you guys what I was already working on, that some of the beads they've sent are going to just be the perfect addition to what I already had on my mat. So I just love it when my bead companies read my mind. It's awesome. Okay, so the first thing we have are these really cool check glass oval design beads. They have a little bit of an Art Deco vibe to them, but what a stunning color. I've actually never seen this color. I love that kind of I don't know if you can see, but it's a metallic orange wash that really shows off the design. And then we got some gorgeous check glass dagger beads, and these are in a vitriol etched like pattern on them. They're so gorgeous. So each one looks a little bit different. Let me put a second one on my wire here, but they are so gorgeous and very metallic. I love those. And then this is one of the things I'm just in love with, check glass cubes. They are yellow with the AB finish, and these are going to go into my project. It was a pack of 25, and it's geometric cubes, but very soft, no harsh edges or, sharp edges. So I really love those. And then there is a little pack of 6mm check glass bellflowers, and I never can have enough bellflowers. You guys that have been around me for a few minutes, you know that I have a huge organizing bin, and it's just a bead that I can't destash. I love all the colors. I love all the shapes. Check glass has so much dimension and detail. You can see all the embossing of the flower petals. And then they add to it with these amazing finishes that they layer onto the beads, and I just love it. I just keep getting a larger bin for my check glass flowers, and this is such a pretty mix. Like, I do have a couple that are the same in here, but mostly it's just really like colorful, random color, like a random acts of colorfulness, I call it. I love that. And then these are absolutely gorgeous. This is one of my favorite beads. It is a coral, almost metallic 6mm round bead, and I absolutely love this color. I love the 6mm size. It's like probably my favorite size of a bead. It's just all purpose for me. It's my scale of jewelry that I really love. Ironically, as much as I love this, I don't have a plan for this bead, but it's just gorgeous. These just beautiful glass rounds. There was a pack of 10 there, so really that is enough to make a bracelet, and even look at it with the oval beads. Like, this would be a really, really pretty bracelet, and it's so warm and sunny that I could really see this with gold accents, like gold metal jump rings and things like that. But so I'm kind of formulating a little bracelet with those things. And then this is so cool, you guys. I'm gonna pick up a few of these. I'm sorry, you guys, I had a little interruption. I had to pause filming, but these are round trios. They are etched crystal vitriol, and they are amazing. I absolutely like this. Looks like a found object. It has a very organic, natural look to it, a little bit rustic. And what I love about a round trio, it's a 3-hole round bead. I don't know if you can see the 3 holes, but you can use these like a regular bead if you only work with the center hole. As you see, I have them strung on the center hole on my head pin, and it just looks like this really cool 6mm bead, and this texture is amazing. And what it's making me think of is summer jewelry. I just finished this bracelet and the one that I'm wearing, and I just want to show you like what this vitriol etched bead looks like with seashells and turquoise and natural elements. It has like a sunken treasure look to me. I think this bead is amazing, and we got a huge amount. So like I said, if you want to do like a bead weaving project with this, it would be stunning. Creating some negative space with your 3 holes. But if you want to look at this as just a beautiful, unusual 6mm bead, just use the middle hole and string that way, and look what you get. It's so amazing. I mean, and we got a, I don't know what the count is on these. It's not listed on the pack, but I just love those. And then look at these bicones. I'm going to have to show you because there were so many in the box that they didn't all fit in my dish. They are 3mm check glass bicones, and it's called confetti, and there is AB finishes. There's gold and silver and turquoise and pink and red and several blues and several purples in this mix. And this is going to be also part of the project. Like I said, that I wasn't thinking about doing what I'm working on with these 3mm bicones. But when they arrived and I looked at it, I thought, oh my goodness, that is the perfect addition to what I was already working on. And I'm really excited to show you guys that. But I am going to come back in another video because, you know, it's a totally separate project from what I want to do with the earrings. But I'm very excited. Like I said, it's like they read my mind. And then you guys, these are stunning. These are almost like little mirrored cubes. They sparkle so much. These are Potomac crystal cubes, and it's called, the color is Crystal Labrador. So it almost does have that kind of silvery blue color of labradorite, but it's glass. And I don't know, like, it's so detailed. It's a really small little cube. They're 4mm, and there's a pack of 50 here, but each side of the cube has like the facets where the corners are mitered. Come on, focus camera. The camera doesn't like all this sparkle. But this is such an amazing bead, and you don't have to do that much in your design with it to just make it shine. And I'm going to be using these on my earring project today. And speaking of which, look at these laser cut stars. Aren't they gorgeous? And it doesn't matter which side, so you can actually work with them. The hole is right here at the top, and they're extremely lightweight, extremely dimensional, and they also have this beautiful sheen. They're lucite, but they look like glass. They're so beautiful. So the way that they come is both sides will have this paper backing stuck on it, and you just peel it away. It just protects it from getting scratched. And so you just peel it away to reveal the beautiful laser cut shape underneath. So when you first get it, you're thinking, oh, this is this weird wood looking thing, but no, peel that off and look what you have. So I'm definitely making a pair of earrings with mine. And because they are two-sided, like, I love to mirror my earrings, like do a mirror image. And you can totally do that. It's not wrong if you don't like them. I've heard people in the jewelry world say they don't like that. And so then, you have the option with these to create your earrings exactly the same. But I just love that. And then, oh my goodness, you guys, this is the new item. This is a Clasp Garden Infinite Box Push Clasp. And so if you've never seen these, the little jump ring and loop is here. And this is a really old-fashioned jewelry finding. This pushes in here. I'm not going to do it because it's a little bit hard to take it out when you don't have any stringing on it. But look at this. We got a Potomac crystal cushion stone. It's 12mm, and this color is called Color Shift Pandora. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And so that's going to bring me to something else. If you're not really familiar with the treasure box, then every month they try to put something in the treasure box that's not a bead or a finding, like something for our work tables, a little tool. We've had some beautiful like measuring tools and little portable scissors that close, like for travel. But this month they put a tube of E6000 glue in here. And you guys, if you've been around, you know that I use E6000 for my seashell art. I use my E6000 for so many things. I don't think that I used it on this bracelet, but let me just reach into my tray here. I have recently done a video on taking natural elements that I found from the beach and creating jewelry with them. So that's what this is, and this pendant is also that. But I used the E6000 to kind of create a shell puzzle. I glued this spiral shell onto this piece of coral, and then this, and the E6000 is the best jewelry glue. It bonds almost anything permanently, and it doesn't dry crunchy hard, so it's perfect for jewelry things because it moves a little bit, but it really is bonded. So I am thrilled, and I just love these little tubes because you don't waste much glue. So like, that's a true gift. I love, love, love getting that. So let's do this first. I actually have a little tube of E6000 started, so I'm not going to open my new tube, but I'm going to go ahead and put do two things to this. This is not in the treasure box this month, but this is available through Potomac Beads, and it is by far, in my opinion, the best protective coating for anti-tarnish that is on the market. I have tried so many protective coatings from Amazon, and this one dries the quickest. This is the semi-gloss, so if you do brush it over something that sparkles, like if I were to get some on one of these sparkly cube beads, it dries completely clear and does not cloud the sparkle. And so I use that on all my metal findings that are plated. You know, even high quality plating, even brass, I love to use that. So a lot of times it dries before I'm even finished talking. So I'm going to open this and just show you how easy it is. This is easier than polishing your nails. I'm going to get a hold of this, maybe by the jump ring. A lot of times I use my pliers as a little tweezer. And I'm just going to brush it down in here before I glue my stone in because things tarnish, and this way, if it it won't start to darken like under my stone where I can't do anything about it. But just a nice even coat. You don't need two coats. So this is something that I do to all of my pieces. Most of the time I do it when I'm all finished with a piece. I give all my base metals that are plated this coat, and it really makes your jewelry last. And if you sell your jewelry on a website or at a craft fair, it is a real selling point that sets you apart from other fashion jewelry creators because your pieces really do last. And when I sold my jewelry on Anna Maria Island and in Venice Beach, the shop owners put a higher price on artisan pieces there, and they really insist on using either gold filled, which is a lot more expensive than buying a little bottle of Permalac and brushing it on things. So this is one of my favorite products. I just love it. I absolutely love it. And it is like a little bit tacky in just the minutes that I was chatting with you guys. It dries really, really fast. And so in fact, while I'm holding this in my hand, it's pretty much dry inside. I'm going to open my E6000 and show you how easy it is to set a crystal with this. So I'm just going to put a little dollop right in the base. I don't want glue oozing out. And the other nice thing about the E6000 is you do have time for things before it starts to set up. So like I put my crystal in and I have time to adjust it, make sure that it's lined up with the frame of the setting. And also, keep a little piece of wire or a toothpick if any glue oozes out and you need to go in. I have like a little piece of wire here. I did pretty well, but if you see any glue that you don't want to see, you have time with the E6000 to clean it up. So my clasp is, see, just in the time I was chatting with you, I can touch it now. And so my clasp is ready to go on a bracelet. Yeah, I can already touch it. So I'm going to put it back in this little dish. So thank you, team at Potomac Beads, for those treasures. And then we also got this gorgeous strand of colorful malachite gemstones. This is so beautiful. I really love this, and I am torn between the cubes and using one of these in my earrings. I'm really torn, but I do love these so much. So I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm really torn. I may even do both. And then I absolutely love, love, love this strand of rainbow jade gemstones. So you could actually string it just the way that it is on here. They're faceted, they're cool to the touch, they have the perfect weight, and just such a gorgeous size. I mean, I just really, really love the size of these. So pretty. And like if you wanted to do a bracelet that was all one color, you know, you can take these blocks off the strand. Just like the design possibilities are endless with here, and a nice long strand of those. And then I absolutely love it that another thing Potomac Beads, the team, tries to do every month is they try to give us some seed beads every month in our treasure box. And this month we got exactly what I was already working with, as I said, with my other project, Azuki seed beads in size 8.0, and it's this beautiful opaque purple. It could not be any more perfect for my project that I already had on my work table when my box arrived. So I am so excited about those. I'm just thrilled, and I just love all the colors in the box too, and that just adds to it. And then we're not stopping there. We also got a mix pack with crimp tubes, wire guardians, and lobster claw clasps and jump rings in gold and silver. Just a beautiful little pack. And we got some Athena cast ear wires in gold and silver, and there's also some silicone stoppers, and this pack includes also some wire guardians. And so if you're not familiar with the Athena cast line, check it out on their website. It is almost everything is made in Greece, very high quality plating, and you will be really impressed. The last time I checked, there was like 50 pages of gorgeous metal items to work with in your jewelry on their website. So it's just really, really great. It's comparable to Athena cast, and really good prices too. I really love the line. So those were in our box. Let me see if I got everything. I think that I did. So I want to make a pair of earrings today. So I'm just going to clean up for just a bit, and I'll be back. I used my favorite plier for making jump rings because of the long barrel and the ergonomic handle. And I took some 20 gauge anti-tarnish craft wire, and I made 2 sizes of jump rings. I love these pliers because these are the 2 sizes that I make the most. And if you don't know how to make jump rings for yourself, or you haven't seen, in this video I did make jump rings for connecting this, and I'll link that below. It's super easy, and you know, you can make as many as you want, and this is just a great tool for that, but you can really use any bail making plier. So I did that, and I put together one of the earrings, and I'm totally in love with it. Look how cool this is. I just did a little stack of beads on a ball head pin, and then a little technique here of stringing some some seed beads on a jump ring, just to add a little texture. And like when you look at this earring and it's dangling, you actually aren't totally sure what that texture is, but it's really pretty. And these are some seed beads left over from a past Potomac treasure box, and so it's really easy to get them on the jump ring. So let's do some assembly. I have one of the ear wires here from the treasure box, and I have some Athena cast ball head pins, and I just created a little stack. I cut open the malachite. These little spacer beads are from an assortment that you will find in my description box under this video. That's, I think I labeled it my current favorite findings, because when I find something really nice that I like, I tend to pull it out over and over again. So that way when you see that in my videos, the link is always there if it's something you'd like to add to your repertoire as well. So that's my little stack, and I'm just going to by hand do a simple loop here. So just put a bend in the wire and take my round nose pliers and get a simple loop on this tiny drop That's how I do mine. It kind of looks like I'm going to wrap it, and like from here, once this is centered, you actually could wrap it, but for a simple loop, I'll stop there and then take my flush cutters and just snip right where the loop meets back to the wire, and then I'm just going to close it really well. And I like to do a little bit of work hardening, and so my tiny drop is done. And then I am going to mirror my earrings because I do like that. You need 5 seed beads for this 8mm jump ring. And really, like the Azuki seed beads, I was going to use those, but the Azuki seed beads, the holes in them didn't want to go over the 20 gauge wire easily. But these are, I think these are Miyuki seed beads, and they are from Potomac beads from a treasure box. Like I always have seed beads left over, and I love them. I think seed beads are like, how can you go in your kitchen and cook without water? And I feel like it's the same thing, is how can you do a project without seed beads? So I'm just gonna open this jump ring and add my charm that I just made to the bottom star. A little component with all these openings is so fun to add things to. And then I'm gonna take my other 8mm jump ring. I believe that's an 8. I never can remember the measurements on my different pliers. And I'm going to put that through the hole at the top of my earring. And then I'm going to thread on 5 seed beads. They'll spin around unless you do a really small jump ring at the top of this. So just get them on there. I use my pliers. You can use your fingers. And just kind of, you know, keep your ring so that they don't jump back off. Okay, and now just get in there as best you can and close that jump ring. Okay, it's done. And now I'm going to take my other jump ring, and I had to do the jump rings for the orientation. So because of the ear wire. So, you know, like if you put an ear wire right on. In mid-sentence, I had to sneeze. What I was saying is if you have to pay attention to your orientation. So if you were to put the ear wire on this jump ring, you would be looking at your stars from that angle, and you can't even see that it's a star. So you can use your jump rings to get things to face in the direction you want. They also add a little bit of length. Jump rings are just as essential as seed beads, in my opinion, and that's why I like to make my own, because then really with my spool of wire, I'm never out of jump rings. Okay, so I am going to, let me get my opposite orientation here. I'm gonna put this jump ring on there and then add my ear wire, and I'm adding the ear wire so that my orientation of my earrings is mirrored opposite. I know that is terrible camera angle for you guys, so I will put up some pictures so you can see it a little bit better at the end. But this earring is done. It's so simple, it's so fun. When you have such amazing supplies like this to work with, you can just get such interesting, beautiful designs, and it's very easy. Like, you know, and there's like basically no tools involved here except your normal jewelry tools, and these are just fun and flirty and lightweight, so in the heat of the months ahead, this is perfect jewelry. And what I have out here are the things that are going to be going in my project that I was already in progress when my treasure box was delivered, and I'm going to be adding in some gold seed beads to that one, and I'll come back and do that video. So in the meantime, open my description box if you're interested in anything that you ever see on my work table. And I get a lot of questions, and I know that technology is not always friendly to us, but under the video title, there's a little word, it's not even capitalized, I don't think, that says more. And if you tap that, it will partially open the description box, but then you have to tap it a second time for my description boxes because I've given you guys probably more information than you'd ever want, but it is there for you. And there are links to the Potomac Beads website, to the treasure box. But if you're not interested in getting a monthly subscription box, do not overlook the fabulous website. It is such a great resource for jewelry makers. The Permalac Coating is there, as well as the best selection of seed beads, demi-rounds, 8-Os, 11-Os, 15-Os, delicas. They have so much. Their Athena cast line is wonderful. So you can use that same link to access their website if you just need to supplement your supplies with anything. And they have some things that are, can be hard to find. They have check glass buttons, and really I love the website. So I thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with a really cool project. Like I said, so excited to have gotten those for what I was already working on. So I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, friends.